hi, and I'll immediately go to fixing cams while Sophie says hi for everyone.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. We're finally back with Monster Hearts or Autumn and the Merry Maidens. Yeah, it's been a while, but we're here. We're gonna do some teenage drama, and someone's probably gonna cry, but it's all good. We've got our X and O cards, so good there. But yeah, I'm excited to see where we end up after Tress basically nearly died last time, and I missed the last session, but that's where I left off. I'll hand back to Matthias, who knows more than me at the minute.
Yeah, hi, I'm Matthias, he, him pronouns. Let's let your two others introduce, and then I'll
let us do
the entire beginning spiel. Yeah.
I'm out of touch.
Mikael, do you want to go?
Oh, you're muted.
I am muted, that's what I said. I am Mikael. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me at Mikael Tusser on Twitter and YouTube, and I don't know, that's my relevant platforms, I guess. Google Plus, if you're still into that, you big RPG nerd. I'm playing Robin. I just barely remember the name because it's been so long, but I look forward to seeing what happens very much finally. What a cliffhanger last time, so it's me.
Yeah, and then we have Charlie.
I'm Charlie, she, her, Frost from Fire on Twitter, no O in the front, and I am playing Kaylee, the ghost girl, who's also she, her.
Yeah, welcome back. Happy New Year to everyone. We're playing Monster Hearts, a game about teenage monsters with poor impulse control. And just to remind everyone what our agenda is. And that is to make each main character's life not boring, to keep the story feral, to say what the rules demand, and to say what honesty demands. For the game, because it can get intense, or not just because that's just our play culture. We have some safety tools in place, which are we have lines and veils set up in a separate document. A line is something that won't come up at all in game, and a veil is something where we would fade to black on something that can be part of the fiction, but it's not something focused on or that the camera lingers on, basically. And then for in-play, we also use the X and an O card. X card is when something does come up which you don't want to have in the game, that bothers you for any reason, that reduces the enjoyment of the game. You can exit like this, or type an X in chat, or just say I want to X card that, and then we roll back a bit and take the narrative in a different route. The N card is for should we come across something which might touch upon a line or something. It's to communicate, hey, let's take it a little bit slower, check in on each other, pay more attention to how the game is going. And the O card is basically for when we do get into intense emotional scenes, both to query and to affirm, yes, I might be crying here, and this is super intense, and I might look distraught, but that's what I'm here for. This is the fun I'm having. And it can also be used for, oh, can we go there, right? Is this cool with everyone? And yes, use that as an affirmative as well. Yeah, so with that, a little short recap about what actually happened last time. So after that fateful party at the beach, we had Robin, who woke up in a dark grotto, hearing the soft weeping somewhere beside him. finding Maris there, who turned into a much more feminine. What do you call it? Like, who appeared much more feminine.
Presentation?
Yeah,
like more feminine
presentation, or I want to say aura, but that sounds super. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like there was something changed about them, and I mean, Robin was obviously quite distraught about what happened, not knowing where he was and everything. And I think, Maris did a bad job about actually explaining what was going on or what happened. But Robin, being the mortal playbook that he is, kind of forgave them, even though that kind of seemed like a bad idea. But it also calmed down Amaris enough. Then they offered, or they wanted to, like, upon like being asked to be like, I need to get back out. Amaris pulled Robin into the pool, and he let him. He let them lead him into the pool, and underneath the water. But at a certain point, Robin freaked and didn't want to be led away where Maris was apparently leading him. And that almost got Robin killed again. If it weren't for our sweet Kaylee coming back to town and searching out the coastline and finding, well, being more led by her intuition than anything else, scrambling over the cliffs, becoming more and more ghostly in her movements, until she spotted Robin in the water, and then walked over the water and dove for him to pull him out onto the shore. They, like, suffering from strong hypothermia, Robin was taken back to Kaylee's house, like the actually abandoned house there. Like, we know that's not something that Kaylee at this point in time had quite realized yet. Well, I think they spent some time like checking the news, checking like social networks, trying to find out what actually happened. Like 2 kids got rescued, like 2 actually made it to the rock. That was Jean and Victor, and they were picked up by the Coast Guard. Yeah. And I think that's also... That's when we got into a situation where Kaylee and Robin... Well, I think I skipped over the whole part where Robin went to go shower, and Kaylee had the little... like, I'm just bringing clothes for my dad for you to wear, dry clothes, and spotting Robin showering, taking a shower, yeah. But when they met up back in the whole thing about like catching up on what actually happened on social networks and stuff on Kaylee's old laptop in the kitchen, like a kitchen that like has nothing more in it, or like, right, it's like you open a drawer and there's like a single spoon in the wooden drawer or something like that. I think so. Do you remember what this was like, Charlie? I think Kaylee did try to just get a little bit closer to Robin.
Yeah, we were on Kaylee's laptop looking up information, and it kind of started out that she was, I guess, trying to comfort him to some extent, but she definitely just felt a real closeness to him in the space, and moved up, but Robin made it very clear that he wasn't that interested, focusing more on his concerns for Tress and other people in his life. And I think that point was when she collected the cups of, I think we'd had like tea or something, and she'd gone to go and do the washing up and just kind of left him with the laptop to do whatever he wanted. And then I think during that time, Robin left to go home and went to the cafe and had his own problems at home. I forget what it was, but something was going on at the cafe.
So before that, there was something that did happen between the two of you, though, that was actually quite intimate, but not in the way that I think that Kaylee intended it to be. Because you took all of Robin's arm onto yourself, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're carrying his burdens now.
Yeah,
basically.
she listened to his problems.
Yeah.
And I think it was through that she realized that he wasn't interested, but it was still significant in that she did take some of his pain away.
Yeah, we saw like the color coming back into Robin's face while Kaylee was fading more and more. That's kind of, I think that's how I remember it. Yeah, it's coming back now. And yes, we had like a brief little scene where Robin came back home, and I'm not sure if it was exactly like this, but I kind of half stumbled over like envelopes and letters that weren't opened, and Uncle, what's his name? Weird Clive. I don't know if he's an actual uncle or if it's just a friend of the family, but Weird Clive coming out of like the living room where he was like had been having like a deep discussion with Robin's parents. And I think he only commented, well, must have been a rough night for you last night, as if nothing had been on the news or anything like that. And I think Robin just went straight to his room. And we ended on a pretty severe realization of Kaylee's, like in the after Robin had left, becoming quite aware in what state her house is in, like with like the plastic over the couch, that kind of thing. Yeah, and I think that's where we left off. Now, there's the big question, like the big elephant in the room, obviously, is what the hell happened to Tress? I think it's Tress, I think the last thing you remember is and maybe this is where we come in on is like the pre intro scene, and it's more or less it's like a montage of you like in the all early morning gray hours, still in your party clothes or back in your party clothes, stumbling through the streets up to like to your house basically, and we just see like the door opening and like you being ushered in, like obviously being like shivering and cold, and like just being led to your room and put into bed. like to just recover from whatever happened. And I think, yeah, the unless you want to say something different here, Sophie, then be my guest. But I think you more or less spent the rest of the weekend basically in bed, trying to
Sounds like a
recover.
regular weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like one of my sisters or I wouldn't assume my parents actually, but like maybe one of my sisters put me to bed.
Yeah. I think you were sick enough to like they haven't had a talking to you yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of like something that's probably looming in the back of your mind, that like Nessa going good cop and Kessa going bad cop on you. That's maybe that's something that makes you like get up early on Monday to be like, oh, well, I gotta go to school.
Yeah.
Even if I maybe still have like a slight cough or something like that.
So does she remember what happened, or is it just a mystery?
Like it to you, it seems like you must have blacked out or something.
Okay.
Like,
so do I remember Camilla?
Oh
and
yeah,
the
yeah. You remember all the events that we played through on that evening.
Okay.
And then the next thing is basically that you can recall is like basically stumbling up the driveway to your house.
Okay.
And getting back home. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I imagine that Nessa would probably want to downplay it a bit because obviously she was at the party and was maybe meant to be looking after me or something. So yeah, I would definitely, leave without disturbing Kenza at least, but
yeah,
maybe go with Nessa or something.
I mean, yeah, I think Nessa's definitely like awfully quiet that morning. And it's gray, but it's fairly dry. Like there's no downpour this morning when you make your way to school. But what does happen is as you reach school, like this, like someone like suddenly like slings their arms around you and like it's like this like with a yell going, Tress, oh my god,
Who is that?
you're okay?
Do I work out who it is in
Oh
the...
yeah, like almost immediately. It's obviously Polly.
Oh, she's back to being like nice.
Well, she's like she must have like seen you and not known what happened to you. And she's like, oh my god, are you okay? And she's like being all like,
Yeah. I'm that friend.
And what happened? Oh my god, I thought you were gone or something. Like there were no news reports about you, but when I went over, like no one was there. No one answered the door. Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't remember what happened, but I'm here, I guess.
What do you mean you don't remember?
I don't know, I must have hit my head and blacked out. I've no idea. I just last thing I remember was the swimming, and then next minute I'm walking home.
Yeah, I mean, I should be mad, about that? And she like starts crying in front of you. Like I think you're like in the hallway, like just inside, right?
Can I like usher her into the bathroom, like so she doesn't cause like a massive scene?
Sure.
just like come on.
Yeah. So
It's like come on, let's go like into the bathroom, you know.
that was why did you go into the sea? Running after them like you were one of those crazy people. I didn't even half recognize you anymore. She's like completely like I don't think. Well, how good is Polly in general with like makeup and stuff?
I'd imagine pretty good. Like she comes like I imagine it's full blown.
Okay.
You know, eyeliner, everything.
Yeah. It's becoming a mess.
Oh great.
Like she's like ugly crying and like between like holding on to you and like hitting, like she's somewhere between angry, confused, scared, and like has been bottling something up the entire weekend. What do you do?
Are we in the bathroom now? Or
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna like kind of just start getting a tissue, like wipe your makeup. Like it's okay, I'm here. I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me that weekend. It was a weird party. I'm really not sure.
What
But
were
it's
you thinking? Like she shoves you. Like
It was just some fun. I don't know.
fun? Like you could have died? I thought you did.
Well, you seemed pretty happy with, you know, can't remember his name. Good job, me. With Marcus, that one.
What?
You were like cuddling up to him on the beach. I thought you were like going to spend the night with him or something. And
Spent the What are you saying?
I don't know. You were on the beach. Like, you didn't want to be there. Perhaps I shouldn't have invited you. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I think you're trying to shut her down now.
Yes.
So roll.
Stop the train wreck.
When you shut someone down, roll with cold on it. Yeah. Let's see what you roll.
Oh Christ! I'm not a cold person. Oh dear God. No, there's no other modifiers, is there? I don't think so, at least.
Well, it's a partial. On a 7 to 9, choose one from below, but you come across poorly and they give you a condition in return.
Oh shit.
They lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain one on them. They gain a condition, or you take one forward. So she doesn't have a string on you.
I was gonna say the string.
Yeah, so you're taking a string on her, like
Yeah.
how's this coming across? I think she's like stepping back.
I think she's trying to make me feel guilty, and perhaps I'm trying to make her feel guilty and be like, you were like off with your friend, but then I was off with my friend. But I'm trying to like, you know, play it around a bit. I'm trying to make her feel more guilty than she's trying to make me. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Like she's saying, "Oh, you're off in the sea," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you're off with Marcus."
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna give you as a condition cold bitch for that.
Cool. Nice.
Oh wow.
Like
I deserve it.
Katie, like you heard all of this because you're in the girls' bathroom as well. They just didn't notice you.
Oh God.
Like,
I'm sorry.
What's new?
What were you doing, or what are you doing there now? Or do you respond to that, or are you just quietly listening?
I think it was one of those situations where she'd gone in to use the bathroom, and then these two girls come in and had their conversation, and clearly not noticed she was there. So she's ended up like stuck in the stall. She doesn't want to go out and like interrupt what's going on. And then she's been in there so long, it's now really awkward if she comes out while they're still there. So she's just kind of sitting, waiting, and hoping that they leave soon. I think she's probably getting like anxious as well because class probably is starting soonish, and she doesn't want to be late. It may have gotten to the point where she's actually going to get her phone out now and not send an SOS at this point, but definitely be checking the updates in the WhatsApp groups and the Facebook groups and the Twitters and just catching up on daily life because she's now stuck. But she can't like not listen. She's trying really hard not to listen, but it's like it's an echoey girls' bathroom, so it's kind of unavoidable.
You can't not. And plus, they're like talking quite loudly. They don't think anyone else is here. Sorry.
And I think
it sounds fairly close to potentially you trying to keep you cool, but though I'm trying to figure out what.
I think by the end of the conversation, Kaylee might be about to go onto like her anonymous account and post something bitchy about Tress because Tress isn't in her good books anyway because she's jealous. So I think Kaylee maybe is gonna like do a overheard. What a bitch. Gossip girl XOXO.
I mean, you could also just be like, I'm just gonna record this.
Nah, that's like
that's too far.
Level stalkery.
Okay.
I think she's more likely to go into like a little anonymous, like no one knows it's Kaylee handle and just like tag people and like subtweet and be like, isn't it great when your friends give a shit about you?
So bitchy.
At Tressawitch, at Polygirl, at
I think yes.
Class 2000.
I'm that obvious.
Yeah, I think
My Twitter is that obvious.
now it's a keep you cool. So when you keep you cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of. You have named it already, but I'm not sure. See, these two discovering you. That you.
I think she's not like afraid of like it being noticed.
Being awkward.
Being awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many sheets. That's mine. And cool is.
Plus cold, yeah.
That's cold. Okay. I'm good at that. Sip it. Partial success.
Woo-woo.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I wooing this?
I'm sorry.
So
I love it.
on a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your actions could leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. I think you actually get an immediate response by someone, and I think you.
Does the phone go ding ding?
No, because you do it. Like you can. Here's the thing, you get an immediate response by someone who. Who I think just goes by the handle the lady, and I think she like we assume she because that's the handle is like basically replying to you and being all like what? Tress? With Polly? Right now?
I typed my
Nice.
tweet into the Herald 20.
Nice, Polly Dolly. Oh, here's the thing.
Anyway, so if you can change her handle to whatever, it would actually be.
No, I think that's great. I like it. Shallow baby.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I think you get the thing with pick or it didn't happen response to that.
Oh. I think,
so if you want to have an effect here.
I think because she's feeling very lonely, very bitter, and a tiny bit jealous, she's actually gonna like scooch down to that like 4-inch gap and try and get like a picture.
Oh no, not on the bathroom floor.
Yeah, she's like a full on like squatting. Her thighs are burning. Her ghost thighs. And she's gonna try and get a thing. And then when she can't get a good angle, because that would basically be an upskirt shot.
Yeah.
She's gonna go to that crack where, like, in the door that all stalls and bathrooms have for no reason, and try and like get an angle through that.
I'm surprised you haven't tried to get like over the stall or something.
Well, I think this is at that point when she can't get an angle that way. She's gonna try and just ghost. She's gonna try and do the ghost and go incorporeal through the door. And just be a floating phone in the background.
Am I, as a witch, not going to notice this?
I mean, you do hear a creak from one of the stalls. What do you do, Tress? Like,
do we not get like the notification because we've been tagged?
Yeah, but it doesn't like the. Yeah, I guess you'd get the notification and the reply.
Well,
but it could be about your scene outside of the bathroom, because you had a massive scene outside of the bathroom before you came in here.
Yeah, that's a point.
So,
yeah,
well, here's the thing, right? You're like being like Polly's all weepy and half angry, and you're like staring each other down, and that's when you like hear the creak and you feel or hear the buzzing of your phone. What do you do?
I think I'd immediately like turn around at the creek, because obviously she doesn't want anyone to kind of see this scene. Like, that's why she went in the bathroom in the first place.
Yeah.
And then is the door locked? Like,
no,
I imagine
like it.
The stall that I'm in.
The stall.
Yeah.
The stall.
That's the stall.
It definitely looks closed. You know where it is the bathroom? You got to kind of push the doors to find out if they're actually locked or not.
Yeah, but like, do I see that it's like red and locked? Because you could usually see that.
Yes, usually, but like the school's so run down, like all these.
Okay, it's just like the one on the inside, which doesn't really have a indicator. Okay.
Yeah.
There's all the doors that you walk into, and then you like jolt it back, and you're like, oh shit, sorry. And you're like going around carefully touching each of the doors to find out which one's open.
I'm just wondering if I can like, do I have any witchy things I can do here?
I mean, you just heard a door creak from one of the stalls, so there's like, wait, is there someone overhearing us or listening to us?
Yeah, I kind of like say to Polly, like, Polly, is someone else here? Because I imagine she wouldn't want anyone to see the scene either, but she might not care.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, and like looking around and like looking at her phone and like holding her phone out, and there's like this picture, this weird angled, slightly blurry picture from like kind of up above of you two standing there. Like it.
I think this is like, you know, when something bad happens to two friends, even though they're arguing and they kind of like unite again. No, anyone?
Girl politics.
For this moment, yes. Yeah,
and we're like, someone else is here.
We'll see if it holds, right?
Yeah, it never really does, but in this moment, yeah, like we're just kind of like looking around, like someone else is here, and I'm gonna start like opening the stalls.
Yeah. And I think that's when we cut over to Robin, who's.
I have one quick question, because I just remembered I'm a ghost with things. Could I, because I'm a ghost and I'm a creep, use my creep previously silently witness someone in one of their most private moments? Because that's a pretty private moment they were having.
Yeah, definitely. I would. What?
So I would gain a string on Tress.
God damn. Okay.
And I have 3 strings on you.
God damn.
Um,
I think I have 1 or 2 on you. 1 on you.
yeah, that's when we cut over to Robin. You're like probably you're like in the classroom, and you're like people are like slowly like settling down. Almost everyone seems to be here. So Smith is like looks like kind of doing like an elaborate drawing. Like this school still uses like actual like chalkboards with chalk and stuff, and not like a nice new whiteboard. And like he's doing something elaborate on that. And yeah, like you're noticing that like Jean isn't there, and
What?
neither is Victor. Amaris has also not shown up, so that's like class should be beginning like in 2 minutes, right? So that's kind of unusual. Are they just late? But it looks kind of empty because there's like an entire there's an entire big table missing, and next to you there's no one. What do you do?
I don't know. Sit on my phone and I check my Instagram, I think.
Well, you definitely see that pop up there.
Yeah, and I think what I do is like I take a picture of all like the empty seats, and I write, "It's not animosity, just don't interest me." Hashtag shallow bay bitches. Just so everyone that's not there can think about who it is that I'm talking about. Who knows?
Nice. Yeah. You definitely see over there, like Lloyd and Ben are having an argument. At the back, like Ben seems to be mad at something. Like, right, Lloyd is the younger, like the younger brother of the one whose party this actually was on Friday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably guess at it because Ben wasn't invited, right?
Yeah, that was a good thing, I thought at the time. Well, I think is a teacher there?
Yeah, Mr. Smith is like drawing something elaborately on the chalkboard. Right?
Oh, right.
Like being like, he seems rather chippy. Like in a good mood. Like I think you might even hear like, what is he like? Is he like whistling something under his breath?
Weird. Well, none of my usual smooching suspects is here, so I think I gotta go. I'm a little bit in distress, but I think I'm gonna go over to like Gwyn and Marcus on a spot.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to, and I think I turn towards the argument of Ben and Lloyd and says like, what they're up to, what's the drama?
Oh yeah, you could definitely like just sit on the table in front of Gwyn, right? Because Victor and John aren't there.
Oh yeah, I'm sitting on Victor's spot.
Yeah. And Gwyn's like, I think Ben is mad because he didn't get an invite. I guess he spent Friday night at the, what did we call that? That bar did give it a name, right?
There's 2 bars, isn't it? There's the
Like the white horse or something, right?
The white heart. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the other one was.
It sounds
Merry
like,
Maidens.
Was it the Merry Maidens?
yeah, that's like the new.
The new.
Oh yeah, that's
new,
right.
The
preppy
Weatherspoons.
one. Yeah. And Gwen's like leaning forward, and she's like, "Yeah, I think Ben is mad because like he spent Friday evening drinking at the Heart, at like with like I don't know, probably just and Ava and." And like Gwen's definitely like taking joy in what's happening there next to them. Yeah.
I think I like a little too loud. I say, "Oh man, that party that was so good." I think almost everyone made out with someone, and I think like I kissed Gwyn on the cheek just to tease him.
I think this. Yeah. This is.
Is it shutting someone down or turning someone on?
I'm not sure it's either, because I think Gwyn would like let you do that. Like you have like this kind of friendly, playful way between you. We already noticed. So I think this Gwyn. I think Gwyn spots what you're trying to do. You're trying to wind up Ben at this point, right? And I think Ben just whips around, and like he already has like a quite a flush face, and he's like, "What would you know?"
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. I think, wasn't it? Didn't Tress ask for Ben? I think, but she found someone else, like Camilla, was it?
What? What happened at that party? Like he's like being like looking at Lloyd, then at Gwyn, then at you, and then like at the empty seat of Tress.
I don't know. It was like someone mixed love potions in the punch. You know? And like I nod and smile at Gwyn.
Yeah, and like Ben shoves the seat back, right, and like gets up into your face at this point. Like he's like, what did you do? What did you do with Tress?
Me? Yeah. Nothing. What do you mean, do with Tress?
I heard. And I think he are you sitting like that on basically the seat turned around, the chair turned around, or
no? I think I'm like leaning into like a Gwyn.
And I think this is Ben. Ben is like being like, what?
I think actually I'm gonna wait. I don't have a string on him though, do I? Damn. Oh, too bad. Well, never mind.
I think he I think he goes to grab your shirt to pull you up away from Gwyn at this point, and he's like, if I find out anything bad happened to Tress because of you, you're dead, right? Like he's pulling you to your feet. How do you respond? What do you do?
I think I like I don't take him seriously. I laugh at him like, oh wow, that's very serious. Dead? If I did so, it's almost like you owned Tress, almost.
Yeah, now he's going to push you basically over the chair. Like, Ben doesn't know how to respond or to react to at this, besides, like, violence.
Well, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna like when I see him being in the middle of the movement doing that, I'm gonna call for Mr. Smith.
I think that's you're trying to shut him down with like bringing the teacher in here, or what are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe keep my cool. I don't know.
Well, if there's something you're afraid of here,
I mean, I'm afraid of him hitting me in my face a little bit. But I guess I could also not be if you think that I don't like if it's not really that threatening. But I'm fine with both.
it sounds to me like a shutdown, though. Like
Sure.
he's like in the moment of like wanting to shove you over the chair. Yeah, and if you're then like, "Hey, Mr. Smith," he'll need to freeze. Yeah, and
Cool.
so roll with cold.
Oops.
Yeah, I think you turn to call for Mr. Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And instead of, and he like barrels into your shoulder first. Like this is not a like out of like what would have been a shove becomes like a tackle. And we see you like him shouldering into your midsection and flying over the chair. Like the tables get pushed apart. And then we cut back to what, Tress? You're like pushing the door open of the stall.
Yeah, like so I started at the end. I kind of imagine Polly would start at the other end, but that's if she's like.
Oh, I think like they are definitely. You do that, the others are already open or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just pushing open all the closed ones.
Well, you push open the one where
Oh,
you have like a close up of.
but I'm guessing it doesn't open.
Wait,
because
it does open. We have a close up of Kaylee, and then the camera swings around. You looking into the stall, and back again, and like it's an empty stall.
Hot damn. And I'm like telling to Polly, being like, "I'm sure I heard something. You heard it too, right?"
I mean, she's like holding up the phone with the picture, right?
Yeah. Yeah, clearly someone was here. How the hell?
What happened here?
What the hell?
It's like, Kaylee, what are you doing?
Are you still like kind of there but invisible?
I think Kaylee is like frozen, just staring, and then really confused as they react. And she's like looking behind her, like, no, and looks at her and her like, self, yep, still here. But she doesn't obviously vocalize that. And
Can Tress like reach out, like just kind of go?
Yeah, and I think this is when the bell chimes. I don't know what kind of, like, is this like a super annoying? What kind of sound does the school's bell actually make?
at my school, it was the fire alarm.
Yeah.
They just do the fire alarm. It's like a bling,
Yeah.
this bell fire alarm.
Oh yeah, that's horrible. That's good. Yes,
Oh, I hated those so much.
you're late.
Um.
And I think this is where we go to a first break.
Okay.
Dum dum dum.
So see you all back in 5 minutes. And we're back. So I think we come back to, like, we left when the bell rang, and yeah, Tress and Polly, you'd like, well, shit, you rush to having forgotten time over this to the classroom, and as you like, luckily it's like just across the hallway, right? As you push in, we get this scene of like the first thing you're met with is Mr. Smith like standing at the chalkboard, like drawing something, taking like, a different color chalk and drawing with it, and he's like loudly humming "Somewhere over the rain," and that's when you like hear like someone like expel air from the back, and like a table creak over the floor, and there's like a kerfuffle going where like Gwyn has like sprung back, Marcus has like sprung back, and you see like Ven pummeling into Robin, who's on the floor. What do you do?
Yeah, who?
Any of you, whoever wants to.
I hit Ben in the face.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's dashing out physically. You're definitely taking one harm though from like having been at the receiving end of that last thing.
Yeah.
You're kicking him in the face, like to get him. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice. Let's see how that goes. When you lash out physically, roll with volatile.
Yeah.
You rolled with cold, but does it make a difference?
Yes, it does actually, because I have +1. No, it's the same. Was also +1, isn't it?
Yeah, it probably doesn't go up to a 7, right?
But it wasn't with cold. It was with volatile. It's a 9.
Oh, that's my bad. Here, now it should be updated. Oh, it's a 9. Yes, good. I didn't see that correctly. Here we go. Yeah, on a 7 to 9, you harm them, but choose one. They learn something about your true nature and gain a string on you. The MC decides how bad the harm turns out. You become your darkest self.
Okay, yeah, so I choose one. I think they learn something about my true nature and gain a string on me.
What do you think?
I think that they. I guess that's obvious to everyone watching, but I think they realized that Robin is such like a poser in a way. Like he does everything to get a reaction out of someone.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think exactly. You managed to shove him off, though, right? So he like, you kick him in the face, right? And he bounced back against probably his own table, and then holds like breathing hard and like staring daggers at you. And has like this wild look about him, and like he's looking around the classroom, and I think it's like Georgina, Steve, and Alex are like staring at him in the front row, and are like looking between him and Mr. Smith, who's like still like somewhere He's actually drawing a rainbow on the chalkboard.
What?
Okay.
What do you do, Triss? And Kaylee, you probably followed them, right? Yeah, in the classroom as well.
I think like as I see falls backwards, I just like don't talk about Tress like that as she comes in.
You didn't actually. Did he actually say anything about me apart from?
Yeah, I think I say like that exact thing.
Oh, okay.
Probably
Okay, so it looks like okay.
But Ben did full on like threaten to kill Robin over Tress.
Okay. And then I'm.
What's
I guess I kind of
happening?
walk over and say, "Are my ears burning?"
Funny that you say that, because with all the chaos that's going on, someone's been staring at you like from the moment you entered, and like as if nothing else was going on, and you catch this attention like out of the corner of your eye.
Do I see who it is?
Oh yeah, like Path is like immediately as you look over like back and like scribbling furiously.
Is he also a witch? I don't know. Can I sense other witches or?
I don't know. Can you?
I don't know. It's not. There's nothing about.
No, you get to say like what witches are like in this world.
I don't know. We seem normal, but then we have weird quirks, I guess.
Yeah, but to do something witchy, you generally have to do something that's like obviously witchy.
But
But
to feel him.
Polly's like, what's going on? Like she's like hanging onto basically your sleeve at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna like link arms with her. We're gonna make a show of solidarity here.
And walk to your seats, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna turn around and like kind of like put my arms in the back of the chair and be like, okay, who's been saying what about me? Like I'm acting as if nothing has happened. Like I haven't disappeared. This is just a regular day.
Yeah, so you walk over, like your desk has been like pushed kind of aside, so you have to push that back. Actually, pick up your chair, right? And Ben's like gone tight-lipped now, and he's like looking at Mr. Smith's back at anyone, and like trying to avoid you, though, right? Like he like just briefly looks at you and then slinks into his chair and like nothing.
There must have been something to cause this. And for Robin to say what he said.
Nothing. What you on about? Shouldn't have class started by now?
I think Mr. Smith is in a daydream.
Yeah, this is weird. This is Polly, right?
I think that Kaylee would be trying to get Mr. Smith's attention and like drag him out of whatever he's going on, because this is like weird, and there's a fight going on and there's all these people like talking.
Yeah, how is he ignoring this? What happened to him?
Yeah, so what do you do, Kaylee?
So I think she's gonna like kind of grab the elbow part of. I imagine he's wearing like a jacket of some description.
Yeah.
Like a lazy blazer, something like that.
Yes.
And so she's gonna like, when he doesn't respond to his name.
Oh no, he's like he like immediately responds, and he's like, "Oh yes, child. What is it?"
There's a fight going on.
A fight. Oh my gosh. I think I forgot the time. We should start class, shouldn't we? Like he like turns around with like this kind of pleasant smile on his face, looking over everybody. Yes, let's start class, shouldn't we?
Is this usual for him, or is he acting odd?
I mean, it is kind of. I mean, he's a fairly young teacher. So
okay.
this seems he seems awfully oblivious to what's been going on.
He went to teacher training this weekend and got some new techniques, which is ignore all the problems until they go away.
Maybe, yeah.
Great technique.
Yes. Yeah. I guess. Yes, that's. Well, everyone. I guess you should settle down now, and it's like, and everyone's like kind of sitting down and like turning towards the front, right? What are you doing, Robin? Are you like staying in this seat, or are you going back to your place, or do you want to do something else? By the way,
Has anyone of the people missing, except who just entered the classroom, come?
no,
Or are they all still gone?
no. Jean, Victor, and Amaris didn't turn up.
I guess I'm staying here.
Well, I mean, that seems like a subject as good as any. Probably something to learn about. Something about the old ultra-violence, right? And he like walks over and pulls like out of the corner the TV on the stand thing, right? Yeah, I think today we'll start off with a little bit in media studies. And he like gets to setting up the TV and turning it on. Alex, would you please like close the blinds? And Alex is like, okay. Like everyone seems kind of, what the hell's going on? But Alex moves over and starts like doing the manual letting down the blinds thing, right? As Mr. Smith pops in a VHS into this old TV recorder combination.
The stand wheel, the wheel stands that kind of get wheeled around the classroom.
Yeah, exactly. And that are like a combination of VHS recorder or a player and TV, and like a very shoddy used up VHS tape of Clockwork Orange starts playing, like thing you. Yeah. I don't know if any of you actually know the movie or like as of your characters, right? But that's what starts what he puts on.
I don't know if Kaylee would be aware of it. I mean, I've seen it and I've studied it, but I definitely didn't study it at school.
No,
I didn't see it till I was 17, so I would have been in sixth form, which is older than I think our group are by a little bit.
Yeah, and I think if I remember correctly, like it starts off with like the Alex monologue about the milk bar and that weird stuff.
Alex does the monologue. He starts off in bed with like two women, and then he like is going out and kind of getting ready, and then he goes out into the goes and meets up with the gang.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone here has. I don't know if your characters might have. That's your decision, but no one else here probably has like seen it. I mean, it's like over 40 years old now, so why, right?
I think if they were like artsy, they may have heard of it because it's still like a fairly discussed movie, but they may not have seen it.
So maybe Elliot Elliot knows about it but hasn't seen it because it's not her thing.
You know who would have seen it? Oh, actually, I was gonna say Elliot would have seen it, but yeah, maybe it isn't really her thing. That's fair.
But she knows, like, she's probably the one who actually maybe recognizes the title, right?
Yeah.
But everyone else is just like looking at each other. One, this is like a hell of an old movie. What the hell's going on? And then it's like about subject matter that's like doesn't seem appropriate at all.
It gets really weird when the phallic sculpture appears.
Yeah.
I imagine it starts off like everyone's kind of talking, and then after a while they kind of get bored and start talking more, and then it starts getting like to that really weird content, and everyone's like oddly quiet.
Yeah, and interest, like you're watching this or sitting there, and you like constantly have this like nagging feeling, like at the back of one side of your neck of like someone not watching the TV but looking at you.
Can I please gaze into the abyss, like just stare at the TV and just like zone out kind of thing?
Uh-huh.
You know, when you just stare at something and just kind of.
What's your question?
Has it got to be a specific question from here?
Yeah,
or?
it's when you gaze into the abyss, name what you're looking for and roll with dark.
What is making me feel this uneasy kind of?
Oh,
I know it's Path.
Yeah,
but like
every time.
Why? Why is Path staring at me?
Yeah, roll.
Or like, what do I mean to him or something?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, what do you roll with again? Sorry.
Dark.
Dark. Okay. Awesome sauce. Oh, I don't have any modifiers, do I? I don't have any strings on him.
No, that's a 7. On a 7 to 9, the abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless.
Okay, hit me.
So Parth is staring at you, and you feel that, and you're like watching that movie, right? And have you seen Clockwork Orange, by the way? Okay, then
I've heard of it. But that's it.
Then it's fine. Like we don't need the reference actually. If you had, then but it's definitely like a movie with like people like stepping over others and inflicting violence on them in like way different ways, and you're like staring at those scenes, and you can't look away from them, and it's like something happened to you in the time that you don't remember. And someone did something to you, and Path is seeing it, and you basically get these flashbacks as if you're like in the movie, and you're like feeling that like way harder. I think Polly notices, and she's like, "You okay? You're right." Maybe someone else, like on the other side, is Robin, right? So.
Yeah, no, I just feel really odd. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom a minute, and I'm gonna get out of there. Just like recover.
As you pass like the desk, like you have this moment. Oh, do I need to like say something to Mr. Smith? But Mr. Smith is just humming Beethoven along with the movie.
Okay. I'm just gonna go, man. He's acting really distracted as well, then. Or things are weird. Something has happened, something has changed.
Yeah. What's the rest of you doing? Like, you can definitely have like noticed like it's obvious if you pay any attention to Tress that Path has been staring at her and
Wildly creeped out.
I think Kaylee is watching the movie. She doesn't care. If anything, she might be occasionally glancing over at Amaris and maybe Robin. Like,
Is Amaris
now and again.
Amaris
Amaris
isn't there. No.
Over towards his their seat, sorry.
Yeah.
And then maybe like turn to look at Robin and Ben. But I think she's kind of gotten hooked into the movie now. Like, this is weird and old and strange and doesn't really make sense, but she's kind of gonna see it through. Sure, this is what we're watching. I think for like a modern teenager, the violence in it wouldn't be that shocking either. It was shocking in the 70s, but
yeah, it's more strange and more.
It's definitely disconcerting.
Yeah,
it's like a ooh. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah,
Robin,
I think Robin is also just watching.
Yeah,
And this is weird and interesting.
It's weird and interesting. It's definitely also like completely caught Ben's attention, who was already like had adrenaline up here, right?
Nobody's noticed. It's great.
Tress, what do you do when you're like out in the hallway?
Now I just have questions about what happened that night, and she started to like realize that not a lot of people are there as well. She's kind of wondering what happened and doesn't really know what to do about it.
Do you have a hall pass? It's old Glenn, the janitor.
We were watching a movie and I was just ushered out the room. I wasn't given a hall pass so as not to disturb the other students.
Well, what do I care, I guess? What's wrong with you anyways?
I just feel sick. I'm just going to go into the bathroom for a minute and try and like cool off and yeah.
Oh, he catches your arm as you try to leave, right? And grabs you and is like, hey, you sure you're okay?
Is he like being genuinely concerned or is it a bit creepy?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, old Glenn is kind of known as like this creepy janitor guy. Like, if you remember way back the first one, he was kind of weird. I don't actually remember towards whom. I think to Kaylee?
Yeah, he chased Kaylee and Wynn, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He was like, he saw us in the corridor, like, holding arms or arms linked and was, like, creepy about it and weird and, like, shouted at us. So we ran, and that's when we bumped into Amaris and Victor making out in the cloakroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I think I was just going to say, like, weird stuff has been happening. Like, everyone's gone missing, and it's just a bit weird, and it's kind of getting to me.
What do you know about what happened on Friday?
What do you know what happened on Friday?
I'm asking you a question, girl.
I don't know anything. I blacked out. Apparently, I don't know. I felt like something happened, and I don't know.
What? And I think, like, he shakes himself and then is like, no, you had better head back to class.
Why? I can't go back there. It's a bit weird.
Things have to have there, or what do you mean you can't go back there? What's...
Oh god, that was shallow. I did consider that. Like, I don't know, does someone in the class who has it out for me? I don't know, something... I can't go back there.
God, what's happening? Who has it out for you? And he like gets like this old, gets like real close to you, right? I think at this point you're like kind of backed against the
and
wall.
I'm like...
He still like has your arm grabbed.
Can I like kind of like shake it off? Just be like, what do you know? Why do you ask me about Friday night? How do you know about Friday night? That was a party with not children, but teenagers.
No, you better get back into your classroom. And like he starts like dragging you back towards the classroom door. What do you do?
Why?
Like he's not gonna respond. He's just gonna shove you back into the classroom.
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna hex him then. Let's do this.
What do you mean?
Man.
What do you do to hex him? First, maybe like read your. What's the move?
I've got to chant in tongues because I don't have a sympathetic token.
Yeah, well, you want to read the move for us?
Okay, so the hex I'm going to use is I've only got 2 at the minute. So I've got Ring of Lies and I've got Wither, and I think it's obvious which one is more appropriate. He might die though if he's old. So.
Well, would you actually read the text out loud?
Yeah.
What it does?
Sorry. So whether the hex loses all of their hair, or their teeth start falling out, or their period arrives unexpected and heavy, pretty sure that one's not going to happen, or their skin gets sickly yellow and spotty, whatever the specifics, it's bad. And when I cast a hex, choose 2 that you know, so I've got 2 that I know. To cast them, either expend a sympathetic token during a secret ritual, or meet the target's gaze and chant in tongues. Then roll with dark. On a 10 up, the hex works and can easily be reversed. On a 7 to 9, it works, but choose 1. The casting does you 1 harm. The hex has weird side effects, or you trigger your darkest self.
I mean, it's easy to catch his gaze here and start chanting at him in tongues.
Yeah, and it's just us, so I'm assuming no one else is going to see.
Oh, you're alone in the hallway right now.
Cool.
Apparently.
And he clearly knows something anyway, so... Yeah, I think when she chants in tongues, it's like Latin-y.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've only heard Latin spoken a few times, but I imagine that's what a hex would sound like, at least to me. And like, her eyes maybe go like a bit darker.
Yeah.
And like, she just like gets a bit paler and just looks a bit more not human.
Is there like a change in your voice as well?
Yeah, like it's almost not her voice. It's like
is it like gruffer?
Deeper,
or,
deeper and like darker and
like more throaty from the sounds.
I think what I'm imagining like for the voice is like if you see Merlin, the TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like when Merlin curses people, casts spells.
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of really deep.
Yeah, and this coming out of like this, because we know Tress as like this sweet girl who actually usually always does everything by the rules, right?
Usually that's changing, apparently.
Yeah, that might be changing.
A little bit.
Go ahead and roll with dark.
Okay.
Oh, and which are you? It's Wither, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because it's the only other one I know, and I don't think Ring of Lies is going to do me.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
He's going to die, isn't he? Or I'm going to die or something. Oh, no modifiers. Oh, it was an 8. Okay. So I have to choose 1.
On a 7 to 9 it works, but choose 1. The casting does you 1 harm. The hex has weird side effects, or it triggers your darkest self.
I'm guessing as I rest over the weekend, I have no harm. Or do I still have 1 harm?
You still have the harm as recorded. Okay. But
so,
you don't have any harm on this sheet here.
Yeah, no, I did have 1 harm. I thought because I rested the weekend, but I've got 1 harm already, so I'll take another harm.
How's this like hurting you?
I think she just gets like really bad piercing headache, and like her nose starts bleeding, and perhaps like I don't know, maybe she starts bleeding from her mouth as well, like just facial bleeding.
Uh-huh. And what's the withering like on him? Because right, this how are you hexing him? Like, right, this
I
could
want him
be
to get sent home, so I'm turning him yellow and spotty.
okay.
Do you want this? And maybe that'll make him like just let go of me and.
Is this like also like his I think he first notices like, well, you're chanting at him and he's like right, and then he sees his hand on your arm and it becomes this like yellow and black blotches start appearing, like almost like moving over her skin, and he's like what are you doing to me?
And then I get like kind of just say I'm sorry and like run away.
Okay.
I want to get out of there as soon as possible.
Roll run away for me. Run away.
Okay.
When you run away, roll with volatile.
Okay. Crap, I'm not very volatile either. Oh no. Run away! Oh god. There we go. Yay!
On a
Hey,
10 up, you get to a safe place. Hear about
safe
that
place.
in a moment. Yeah.
So stressed right now.
We're back in the classroom, and there's like this moment where right, there's the classroom door, and that's like where most of the other light is coming from, if it's not coming from the TV. And then there's suddenly like this someone's hand, it's like bang against the window and against the glass in the door.
I imagine that Kaylee audibly shrieks because she was engrossed in a movie and something terrifying just happened.
Yeah, and I think like Elliot in front of you as well, right? Against who's sitting next to her? Against Emma. And like, yeah, the door opens and like old Glenn, like on his knees, like half sunken to the floor, like falls in. It's like, help me! Oh my god, what's happening?
I think Kaylee would just get her phone out and call 999 because she doesn't know what else to do. And she's never phoned 999 either, so she's like...
Nice, yeah.
What emergency service you require? He's fallen down, he's sick, I don't know. It's like the ambulance service. Yes, where are you? Okay, and
yeah, exactly. Like, oh. Yeah, and then we hear like from the off, like, oh good man, what's happening to you, Mr. Smith? Took a couple of beats, but then noticed.
Smith is the worst today. I don't know what is wrong with him, but.
And I think that's when we cut to like the ambulance like arriving in front of the school.
I imagine that Lloyd recorded the whole thing on his phone. It feels like a Lloyd thing to do.
Could be, yeah.
Damn it.
Like, clickbait, you'll never believe what happened in school today.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, like, obviously class gets broken up. Thing is, Kelly, like, you called 911, right? So you're like definitely are being kept there, and like your personalities are, oh shit. We'll get to that in a moment. Robin, what are you doing? Are you staying to watch what happens here, or yes? Okay.
I mean, of course.
If it's drama, Robin's there.
Yes.
Yes. What's
I
this?
feel like Robin has this formula that's like drama equals smooches, and then there's like a little arrow coming off of the equals, and he's like, somehow.
Yes. It's enough logic for me.
Yeah. Drama plus X equals smooches. Who knows? Who cares what X is? We just gotta find out.
Yes.
X equals Robin.
Yeah. Divide the smooches by drama, and then we know. Tress, what's like the safe place you're running off to, do you think?
The safe place for her is definitely the bathroom. Actually, maybe.
Well,
like,
is it still?
yeah, I'm
after
just
this-
thinking maybe actually the changing rooms for like with PE and stuff. Like there's usually, I don't know about anyone else's schools, but we had like separate shower stalls,
Yeah.
and like, she might just like kind of crouch down in one of those and just be like minorly freaking out because she's not really hexed anyone like that before.
Okay.
And she's just a bit like obviously had this confusing alarming vision. I mean, to be honest, I'd be freaked out. And it's kind of sat there in the shower stall like, what have I done? What's happened to me? Where is everyone? What happened? And I think she's like on the verge of maybe calling one of her sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Or like messaging them at least. And judging by what's happened, she's probably going to message Ness.
I have a suggestion that as she goes to message Ness, she's going to see a message from her grandmother on her phone. Because Grammy knows everything.
Crap.
Just
Okay.
a suggestion.
Does Grandma know how to text?
Mine does.
Wow. That's terrible.
That was ominous. Yeah.
I'll leave it up to you.
You do
Matthias.
get into yeah, I like that.
Or maybe she calls.
Yeah, all that.
It's just like incoming call.
Grammy.
Yeah, I think you
Grammy.
you message Nessa, but then you get a call by the landline number of your grandma.
Okay.
I like that. Do you even pick up, or?
I think I kind of stare at it for a minute and then I'm like, I'm trying to think of what my relationship or trust relationship with her grandma would be.
I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to hear
Because
that as
we haven't
well.
really, because she like taught us everything. Like all three of us. I imagine she'd be quite close, but like not to the point of, oh, I'll ring grandma to say how my day went and all of that. I don't know, it feels more like a bit of a, I don't know, I don't want to say stricter relationship, but
Yeah.
less
Less
familial.
casual.
Yeah, less familial, more like almost professional, or yeah. I think she'll think for like 2 beats, like, or 2 rings, and then pick up.
Tressa, is that you?
Yes, Gary.
What is happening, girl?
I don't even know, Grandma. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Oh,
Are you at a safe place right now?
there's no one else around, is there?
No.
No, there's no PE classes or anything. Okay. Yeah, I can talk. There's no one else. My powers have, appeared, like you said they would, and
What did you do?
I may have hexed someone, and I had a vision.
Well, first things first. Did they deserve to be hexed?
He was dragging me back to the classroom and he wouldn't let me go when I had the vision. Like after I had the vision.
Who dragged you back to class?
The janitor?
There's like
No one else saw.
There's like a long pause on the other end.
Oh.
And she's like, I'm sorry, sweetie. Your school janitor dragged you back to class? Weren't you supposed to be in class right now?
I had a vision, Grammy. Something happened the other night. I don't remember any of it. And something happened to me. I don't remember.
Well, it's gonna be alright. I suggest you go home, find your sisters. I'm sure we can mark you down as sick for today.
Which sister? I think Ness is still in class. Kenza's mad at me though.
Well, you go home now. I'll talk to Kenza. And you alright? You can make it home? Are you okay?
Yeah, I can walk home, yeah. Thanks, Grammy.
We'll get this sorted out. No worries.
Thanks, Grandma. Okay, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, and we cut back to the classroom, and there's like these two police sergeants there who are like old Glenn's like getting rolled off in a stretcher by some EMT personnel, right? Well, and they're called like one is Nicholas and the other's Danny. You can all catch as they like talk to each other, right? And Nicholas is like more lanky, and Danny's kind of like more like a little bit overweight, and definitely more local than Nicholas is. And Nicholas to his colleagues like, wait a second, wait, these kids again? Didn't we have this incident on just on Friday with the Coast Guard? Aren't these, as they're like discussing this, right? They're like, so who actually called 911 of you?
That was me.
Ah, okay. Well, could you give us your name and address then? No, don't worry. You're not in trouble. It was definitely the right thing to do. Whew, that man looked horrible. But yes, and he's like got this little pad out.
Is he gonna be okay?
Well, he's in good hands now. Don't you worry about that. But your name, we'll just need it for the report and address.
Kaylee Green.
Kaylee Green.
12 Seaway. Cliff Edge Road. It's a weird address. It's on the corner.
And like he like stops, looks over at Danny, and Danny looks at him, looks at you.
Shall I?
Girl, are you playing a trick on me?
No. That's my address.
That I actually need to see some ID now. You come with us.
I have a library card. And she's like, I didn't have ID. And she's like pulling out her like school ID, which like doubles as the library card for the school. And
well, Miss Green,
Mr. Smith.
Yes, child. Mrs. Mr. Smith. Well, we'll have to take Miss Green down to the precinct, to the station. We got a couple of questions to ask her.
I think Kaylee looks really helpless and just around the room for any friend, and then she realizes she doesn't have any friends, and just has to go along. It doesn't occur to her to like actually ask anyone for help. She just like looks helpless, and I was like, "That's right."
And yeah, Robin, you're like seeing all this, and yeah, Kaylee's being escorted out of the school by these two policemen.
Okay. I think Robin like runs after them and like, where are taking her? What's going on?
Young man, we just have a couple of questions for the lady.
Questions about what? Someone had a... What the fuck?
Excuse
You're
me.
just gonna like take people in just randomly off the schoolyard?
Well, I don't think I need to be told by a pupil how to do my job. Thank you very much.
Well, I know my rights, actually. My parents told me what to do when people like you come and just grab you off the street.
We're not grabbing anyone off the street, young man. We're asking this lady to accompany us to answer a couple of questions. Also,
okay, let me tell you
why
about
am I
English
explaining
law,
myself
officer.
to you?
While this
You're all minors
conversation's
here.
happening, and
Yeah.
he's kind of distracted, Kaylee actually has the idea, and she gets her phone out. She texts Gwyn like, "Get your mom."
Oh, I think maybe Gwen even followed Robin down here, so you can actually, you don't have to text it. You can like mouth that, right? And Gwen is like, yeah. We need to actually, if you're gonna take anybody anywhere, they need to be signed off at the principal's office. And
We're not allowed off school grounds during the day.
And Nicholas is like, what are you like trying to like bureaucracy your way out of this, right? and like looking over to Danny, who's like nodding. They're right. Yeah, that's kind of what you gotta do. So I think all 5 of you trudge off towards the principal's office. As you do,
Is there any way that maybe we pass a corridor that leads out to like the playing fields or something? If we could like side-eye each other, and Kaylee is indicating like that she thinks we should just leg it because she really doesn't want to go through all this hassle, and she's like scared. She doesn't want to go to the principal's office either because now she thinks she's in trouble.
Yeah, and I think like Robin screams after you like, you don't have to answer any of their questions.
So I think Kaylee's gonna like look at the And like look and see if Robin and Gwen think the same thing, and even if they don't, she's gonna start running, and I want to try and run away.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like apprehending you, right? They
Yeah.
don't think you're gonna run.
But I think she's like a kid, and it's scary when like a policeman or an
Yeah.
EMT is like, you have to come with us and answer questions.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, when you run away, roll with volatile.
Volatile. I just had to look that up. I have a minus to this, so roll.
Well, mark experience, right? Don't
Yay!
forget about
Level up.
that.
Ooh, I didn't know what I'm gonna take though.
I think we'll take. I think you bolt, right? It's not something like that they like reach out and immediately catch you or something like that. But you bolt, and Nicholas, Nicholas is like, "Hey!" and like immediately wants to go after you, and I think Gwen trips him. So he like goes tumbling down, like hits like a garbage bin, and so it's loud, and that topples over. And I think this is where we're going to go for like our second break. So see you all in 5. And we're back. Yeah. So, Kaylee, you're legging it, right? And you run, like towards the nearest exit, and you come up against the wall there, and push against it, and against the door, but the door is locked. Like this door, it shouldn't be locked, but it's locked. So you're like, you turn and there's like a police officer running behind you, right? Or two, actually. And you're running into like the next hallway, and Nicholas is still behind you and like gaining. As suddenly, on the you round the corner and you basically run headlong into Danny, the other police officer, who's like almost as startled as you are. And then there's like no way for you to go, no way for you to escape. You're like just stepping backwards from them. And I don't think you even feel as like your back hits the concrete wall. You just pass through it. And I'm gonna trigger your darkest self here.
No.
You wanna read that for us?
Yeah, let me pull that up. Kaylee, darkest self. You become invisible, unnoticeable. No one can see you, feel you, or hear your voice. You can still affect inanimate objects, but this is your only avenue of communication. You escape your darkest self when someone acknowledges your presence and demonstrates how much they want you around. Well, goodbye, Kaylee.
Yeah. Oof. The two police officers are like searching the entire school ground and like are actually calling for backup. There is there's strangely no sign of what's her name? I forgot her name. What's the principal of Mrs. Powell? It's only like the secretary who's like running around, and like word gets around and like the teachers are running around and like asking questions or like asking for, has anybody seen Kaylee? And like your entire class like, yeah, sure, she was here this morning, right? Well, if you see her again, please immediately get in touch with an adult or call the police. And that's like what gets passed around. Robin, is there something you want to do in this chaos, or are you just like soaking this all up?
No, I think Robin was like probably like trying to follow them up to the principal's office. I mean, clearly very engaged in these judicial matters.
Yeah, and like the right in front of the principal's office, this is like the reception area where we were before, and it's got like files everywhere, and as like a couple more police officers arrive, it's like being taken over, and they're like spreading files, and they're like talking to the secretary there, and like asking, yeah, well, where is Miss Powell? and you just hear the thing when, well, there's an excuse, like she's not in today or something like that. You notice like the Miss Powell's office actually like the shutters are down, the shades are down, and it's dark in there. Also kind of unusual. All that stuff is things that are going on there.
I think if nobody stops me, I'm just gonna go into Miss Powell's office.
The door's actually locked. Like, I think there's enough hubbub going on that you could actually get to it. The secretary is like talking to the police officers, and you're like, well, yeah, no, it's actually locked. Like, and it's like a door, like an office door that you would like not actually lock up with a key necessarily. You could just lock it from the inside if need be. Like the entire principal section that would be locked up, but not like this little office door into it. And it's like, as you like try, like the it's actually strangely, like it's noticeably warm.
What? I think like I like shake the door, like trying to, I don't know, I'm not trying to get attention, but as a player I'm trying to get attention.
Yeah. And I think it's the secretary. Hey young man, what are you doing there? You should get back there. Miss Powell isn't in today.
I mean, that can't be true. She's been here like every day since I started going to school 10 years ago, and I hasn't been sick a single day. Don't you come here and tell me she's not here.
What do you mean? No, just get away from the door. Excuse me, officers. Usually this one isn't that keen to be here. Though he's often enough here. They're like just like watching the scene, and they're like, huh?
Yeah, I think I look confused too.
Weren't you the one with Kaylee? Are you like friends or something?
I think I like. What is that to you? Are you also coming to accuse? Are you accusing me of something? This is apparently the big accusing day. Are you going to take me to the police station or something?
I mean, if
without reading my rights, maybe.
I don't even know your name yet. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Charles. And this seems to be now like a senior officer, right? And he's like, I'm Charles. Your name is? If you wouldn't mind telling me. You don't have to, obviously.
Oh, no, I don't mind. My name is Robin.
Well, Robin, see, if this is actually about your friend, and well, it seems we have kind of a mystery on our hand.
A mystery?
Yes, because whoever your friend says she is, it can't be her.
Yeah, and I think at that, like, Robin had just like burst into laughter. What do you mean? Can't be her?
Well,
are you accusing her of being someone else than herself?
No. Well, kind of. Yeah, come here. And he's like to the other officers, and they're like, "What are you doing?" But they're not like, they wouldn't challenge his authority. And he's got like a file, and has it opened. And come have a look, please.
Yeah, look.
And it's a police file, and it's got like this big like missing person case on the top right, and then there are like these photographs of Kaylee in not too glamorous estate, washed up on the shore. And there's like a date dating back to like, I think, middle of the summer when these pictures were taken. And I think we cut here to Tress. You come home, right? And
Yeah, I've just left in the middle of the chaos.
yeah, it's like and I think it's I think Kenza already like opens the door as you come up the driveway, and she doesn't seem too happy, and she's like, okay, come in. I've made
it's my own house. It's my own house, of course I'm gonna come in.
Really? You're gonna give me a lip straight away here? Right now?
Oh, but it's my house, so come in.
Grammy called.
I know, she called me too.
Well,
let me go inside first.
Come in, I made tea. And like, yeah, she walks you to the kitchen, sits down with you, and I knew you shouldn't have gone to school today. You've been sick all weekend.
Kens, what's going on? What did Grammy tell you?
She called and she told me she had a bad feeling about you.
I've had many bad feelings today as well, so...
Well, so how about you tell me what's going on?
Okay. I'm going to tell her, like, everything
because
that I remember.
First, no, like, she doesn't let you.
Oh.
She's like, because first you show up on Friday at that party. A party where you shouldn't have gone to.
But
all those people were way too old for you anyways.
But we were invited.
Right, really, and especially with someone like Camilla there. Well,
yeah, well, Nessa told me to hang out with her.
What? Did she?
Nessa left me with her.
Well, I'll have a word with Nessa as well. But, well, you're not going to school for the time being.
What is going on? Someone was staring at me in class.
Until I figure out what's going on, you're not going to be leaving this house. And I'm going to make doubly sure of that. And
what are you going to tell Mum and Dad? I'm such a little shit.
They'll be fine. They won't need to worry about anything.
Something weird has happened. That vision, something was done to me. I been chained. I don't know.
Well, until I figure it out, you're not going to leave the house. Do you understand? I don't actually care. You don't actually need to understand. And I think this is when
acting like Mom.
When she like I think she actually grabs the tea leaves out of the kettle itself, right? And there's like, it's like steaming hot. It must be hurting her. and she like stares at you and starts chanting, and then lets the tea leaves fall. And, like, you feel this thing where you're like getting bound to the house.
Because I'm not going to. You don't need to do. Oh, for God's sake.
Yes, I do. This is for your own protection. You can't leave the house. Nothing can come into the house seeking you out like this.
Okay, well, I got to say thank you for that because I've been a bit creeped out.
Well, you better. And I think.
Thank you for helping me.
And then she like looks at you, and I think she does this thing where you're like, no, come on, are you really doing the granny thing with like grabbing my face by the chin, right? Like that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And starts looking at you, and she's like, Did you hack someone?
Yeah, I thought Grammy would have told you that. I had to. I was really freaked out. It was the janitor. He was going to take me back to class where that boy parked.
Old Glenn?
Yeah. What?
Well, he deserves it. He tried that. Oh, that creep. He tried that on
grabbed
me.
my arm. Does he know something about us?
I hope you did it right.
Yes, I did. I mean, I may have had a nosebleed, but I'm still getting used to it.
Well, I think you better. I think you better go have a lie down now.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Mm-hmm. It has, and I've got my hands full. I need to find out what's going on.
Thanks, Kens.
Yeah.
Love you.
She shoots you that look, right? With like.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna head up to my room and go to bed then.
Have you ever seen a dead body, Robin?
Oh God.
How's that feel?
I'm not sure if Robin totally acknowledges that's what he's seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Given the situation, it's a little surreal.
Mm-hmm.
I think like he just like peeks down on it and like looks up at the officer and says, "Bullshit." I just talked to her 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Well, if you talk to her again, we sure like to get a call, because we would love to talk to her as well.
I think I like shake my head and like, I mean, you just did in the schoolyard.
Yeah, Nicholas here did. Apparently, or apparently not. We'd very much like to find out who this person actually is.
And I think like I look down at the picture again, and I think like I guess I mean, is it easy to recognize?
Yeah,
Kaylee from this picture?
There's definitely also like a close up of a very not alive face of her. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Robin just like looks at it for like a few seconds and like shakes his head. No.
No.
I mean, how could?
I mean, this was the missing person picture they they showed us, and like the officer puts like next to her dead face like a photograph that's like half a year old, or look like that, right? Next to it, so you see both of them. Potentially you're staring into the abyss here, but I don't know if you might also be turning away from this at this point.
Yeah, no, I think I'm doing just that, actually. That's...
What's your question? And before you roll...
Also, if I fail this, I'll level up again. Because I'm failing all the time now, apparently. That's a thing now. So before I roll.
Name what you're looking for.
I'm looking for... I guess... Well, I'm looking for Kaylee, I guess, in some way. I mean, what is really... where... Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm looking what's going on with her in general. Like I'm trying to figure out. I think like from a player perspective, I'm trying to see if I can understand that there's something supernatural going on about her. But as a character, I'm not sure. I'm completely how that looks. But
Roll plus dark. Partial. The abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless. Well, first off, quick question: is Kaylee in the room?
Didn't she just fall through a wall?
Yeah. You would have been outside, basically in the schoolyard.
Yeah, I think she's probably still outside in the schoolyard. I think she's too freaked out to want to go back inside.
Yeah, you're like hiding.
Yeah, she doesn't know no one can see her.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I think she's hiding.
So I think here's what happens. Robin, you like look at those pictures, right? And like you want to look at the photograph of her that's like been taken, I guess with her family. It's like a family photograph, but that's not her. Like you guys always like want us back to like the basically the police report photos of her. Like, no, that's Haley. You're like, that can't be it.
No, I think.
But it's the Kaylee you know is definitely not the one in the family photograph. It's the one in the police report photos. You're like, you can tell.
Oh, yeah, and I think like I feel like shivers down my spine. I think I like. I lift my head and like I watch the police officer, and I think I say like very like randomly out of there, I think, man, I should have kissed her.
And
you still did kiss her at one point though, right?
yeah, but not last time when she wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like he's thinking about that situation and kind of like realizing how she's probably like dead. And I mean, saying that seems very random, but I think that's actually like what he's actually thinking. That he's showing like that well, thinking that would be like a. I mean, I guess realizing also what the ass he was.
We cut to where are you hiding, Kaylee? Are you still on school grounds hiding, or?
I think, yeah, she's probably hiding. I imagine there's like a little shed or something, or maybe like one of those temporary classrooms that isn't used right now. And she's kind of sat down by that in the shade, looking out over the school playing field. Maybe there's like a gym class in the distance, and she's watching them like run around. Is it autumn? Would they be running? Yeah, we used to do cross country in the autumn. Or maybe they're playing like field hockey or something.
Yeah.
The West. So yeah, she's just kind of watching them and just like shrinking into the shadow cast by this temporary classroom or shed or whatever it is. Maybe it's like the bike shed.
Yeah, and I think that's when you hear someone behind you, and as you turn around, you see like it's like a fine, like a sharply dressed, like in a business suit, dressed woman who's like it's like probably like late 40s, but looking like sharp, like it's like someone like she's beautiful. She's got her hair done up in a very businesslike manner, right, with like hold up with like two wooden sticks in her bun. I don't know what you call them. And like wearing heels, a pantsuit, and kind of watching you curiously from like the sidewalk, like just beyond there's probably like a fence or something. And she's like, I'll fancy that.
What?
You shouldn't be here, right?
Well, things got weird in the classroom.
Oh no, I don't mean your classes. Like you should. I guess it's kind of rude to say to someone that they shouldn't exist.
Yeah, that's kind of bitchy.
Well, apologies. You can rest assured it's nothing personal, but it's important to know that it's happening.
What?
Do you know someone called Amaris?
Yeah, he's in my class.
Well,
Well, not today, but normally.
do you actually remember having them in your class last year? Amaris wasn't in your class last year.
No, he joined this year. They joined this year.
Did you ever ask yourself then why did they fit in and were already friends with everyone?
I don't know. Some people are just like that. They just show up and suddenly everyone's their friend.
Yeah, it's Some are like that. True. Well,
Is something wrong with the Mars?
yeah, they're meddling. They shouldn't be meddling. Can you please tell them to come speak to me?
I don't even know who you are.
Oh, my name's Nimue.
Okay. Don't know who you are.
Yeah. I run the local gallery.
Oh,
You know the place?
yeah, we walk by there a lot. It's on the
Well,
way to the beach.
Please, if you see Amaris, please tell them to very, very urgently come see me and talk to me. That's all right.
All right.
All right. Oh. Like, she turns to go and then stops and is like, I mean, not sure who else you'd be talking to anyways, right? Have a good day.
Bye then.
And she walks off.
And I think Kayla gets out her phone and texts Amara is like, what the fuck? Who is this person? What a bitch, but they're looking for you, so heads up.
Yeah. Nice. There's no answer.
And they probably phrased slightly differently, not phrased how I would phrase it.
Yeah. What you might notice is like that the last scene is still on like the date of Friday. Like they haven't picked up their phone, which is certainly strange. But they should have gotten that DM.
All like the messages like marked as unread.
Any you've sent, yeah. Since, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I know from Robin like something really weird happened with Amaris, and I know weird stuff has happened with Amaris with me. But I don't think that means I'm inclined to tell anyone else that weird stuff has happened with Amaris.
Yeah. Where do we find or see Robin next?
I think she hangs out.
Yeah, that's interesting as well. I said Robin, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say Kaylee probably stays outside until like the next bell for class goes, and then she'll probably go back inside the school to try and just go back to class and pretend nothing happened. Or if it's like the end of the day, she might just go home. Or like linger outside the school gates.
Yeah, I think
see if she can catch Gwyn or Robin.
There's probably something. It's definitely the rest of the school days like almost not happening with the chaos and that stuff, and like you definitely also saw like other police cars arriving. So so at that point, it's like you might be hiding like even for the next period still, and watching that, and then it's like kind of like, well, you could also go home now, or something. But you can pop up anywhere basically, if it comes to that. But yeah, my question for Robin: where would we see you next?
I was thinking maybe at Kaylee's house. if she hasn't showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because
Yeah. When you head there, like you definitely can tell, like as like a yeah, no, you can do that. Yeah. So you show up. There doesn't seem to be anybody there. There's also not a car parked outside, or it's not like the police have come looking here or anything like that.
I think I just write like a note and like put it under the door. And I think I write I think I write Kaylee, I know what you are. I hope you are okay. And Robin. And I think like you see as he walks off, I think you see like I think he does like a wiki, like he has like a Google search or something about like I don't know. I guess yeah. I should have smooched you. Yes. I think like you see him googling like Kaylee's name. What comes up in the Google search?
Oh, do I get to decide what comes up in the Google search?
I think so, yeah.
I think the first thing that comes up is there's an actress with the same name, and so that comes up for a little while, and then it comes down and it's like her various social media starts popping up in places where she's mentioned. And then I think there's like one article in the paper, like local girl goes missing or something. But it's not the Shallow Bay Times or whatever that we called the newspaper. I can't remember what we called it. It's kind of more like a Cornwall paper or a Devon paper. The Cornwall Chronicle.
Western Morning News.
Yeah, it's like on BBC Devon. There's like a little, local girl missing, tragedies at beach on increase, and it's all about how in the UK more and more people are drowning every year because people aren't being taught to swim properly or something. One of those articles where it's like slipped in, and then it's all actually about something else. And I think there might be a picture of her, like her little school picture from last year or something.
Cool. I think that's probably like and I think you see the scene probably like ends with Robin posting like a picture from from I don't know where it's from, but I think it must be like actually from when you were making the tea or something like that, and it tags you and it says something like I think it's like hashtag shallow babe.
I love it. And
then I think I'm changing
hashtags so much. I'm gonna start using them in my real tweets.
Yeah, and I think I'm changing my lover again. Sorry, Sean. I mean, you didn't show up for an episode. What do you think?
Oh my god. I can't deal, guys. I can't deal.
Cool. Yeah, that's when I go home.
Yeah. I love that scene ending on that. Well, Tress, you got pretty sleepy pretty quick, and I think, obviously Kenzo like made that kind of tea.
Damn it, Kenzo.
Like with what's it called, valerian? Is that what really calms you down? And yeah,
yeah, like in chamomile.
yeah.
I know.
So you have like, I think we it's dark outside, and we see you like asleep on your bed as like light flashes across you, like once, then again, then twice more, and I think that kind of like slowly wakes you, and you're like, right, when you like lay down in the afternoon and fall asleep for too long, and you wake up and it's dark outside, you like have no idea what time it actually is.
Yep.
You feel like completely out of it. Yeah, that's when you you come back. And it takes you like a moment, but then there's like this flash of light again that like crosses your window. What do you do?
Across my window.
Yeah.
I kind of maybe like wrap in a blanket because maybe it's got a bit cold, and like go to the window and kind of like, I know, the curtains drawn, they open.
I don't know. What would they be like?
I kind of feel like pulling back the curtains I don't feel like they'd be very thick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll pull back the curtains and like look out and see where the light is coming from. If I can.
Well, someone's literally flashing you from across.
Oh my god, close your eyes, everyone.
No. Flashing you with light. Your window with light. From right across, and you remember what's right across?
John?
What's right across your window? Yeah.
Is it John? Okay, I was joking, and then I wasn't, and yeah, okay.
And I actually think that's where we end tonight on.
He's alive, everyone. Praise the Lord. I don't want to end. I want to know. Oh, man.
All right.
I don't like cliffhangers.
Well, that's the nature of this.
The nature of living by the beach.
Yep.
Oh, God damn it. Hashtag Shelly Babe.
Yep.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, shall we go around and do outros?
Yep, plugs and yeah. How about you start, Matthias, and then go around and I'll...
Yeah. So you can find me at mthsplgr on Twitter. And tomorrow on Katie Faze's channel, where I'm running Twin Dwarf Tango, a Scum and Villainy campaign, which is shipping up nicely. And then again, also on Sunday, where we have our the final of our little three-parter of Hearts of Wulin. So also on Katie Faze's channel, that's KATYFAISE on twitch.tv/. Yeah, so this was super fun returning to this. Shallow Bay is the best, and the Shallow Bays are even better.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just throw it over to you, Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, yeah.
Okay, well, I am so glad that we're playing, and I'm very excited to continue playing and see what mess we can make of everyone's lives. I think we still have half the class to go round, so we've got a little bit left to do. I am going to be playing some more RPG tonight in about an hour and a bit over on Scratchcast Academy. I'm playing Realm of the Ancients, which is a Cypher system game DM'd by the wonderful Alice, and we're playing ancient Greek people. Actually, not all of us are Greek, but we're set in somewhere akin to ancient Greece. It's really fun. We had a really dramatic session 1/session 0. I'm very excited about that. I am then... What am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, I think I'm playing Invisible Sun over on what used to be Grimjack's channel. It's now Tales of the Grim. DM'd by Grant, a bit of Invisible Sun is always fun, always a nice way to round out my week. Everything else I do is in a pinned tweet on my Twitter, as I am all over the place doing all the things. The only other thing that I really want to plug is on the 27th, which is a Sunday at the end of this month, I am starting DMing my vampire campaign called The Lost Girls over on 1DM. It's a wonderful all-female cast. And yeah, I'm very excited. We've been working on this for months, and it's finally go time. So I appreciate any and all support. That's at 3 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. UK, which is 9 p.m. EU.
I like how you know all those.
So yeah, that's me.
Oh my God. Everyone go check that out. And last but not least, Nico.
Yeah, I am Mikael. You can find me on these things. I guess my handle is up there on Twitter, and you'll find my What's for Gauntlet Games on YouTube on the same handle. And I also play actually on another thing now sometimes on a Fictive Funds channel. We do some games with Gauntleteers on Saturdays. I don't know all the time zones, but if you look up their channel, you'll find it. We play one-shots of different story games. We played Final Girl and Dialect last time, and I think they're playing Swords Without Master this Saturday. So it's fun. And also, I'm glad to playing this again. This has been a very fun session.
Yeah, I guess it's just me then to round it out. Thank you all for coming back. I've been excited for this. I live for this. I live for the drama. I live for being a bitchy schoolgirl. Yeah, you can find me at Sophie May on Twitter. Here, this is my channel. And where else? Instagram, I guess. Yeah, that's the other one. Tomorrow, I am doing a 12-hour stream. Pray for me, Lord Jesus. It'll be my longest stream I've ever done, and it's all for charity. Any money raised is every cent, pound, penny is going to charity. You don't have to pay the costs or anything. Whatever anyone donates, I'm just going to match all of it. Goes to cancer research, that one. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing all day. You can find that in a pinned tweet on my Twitter. What I'm going to be doing all day. That might be subject to change. I will be drinking alcohol. Please donate money to make me do shots. And I mean, if everyone wants to donate loads of money, I mean, I can do loads of shots. I'm sure. But yeah, check that out. And where am I? Next Tuesday, there will be a premiere on Capricorn Cross's channel for our new D&D by the book. That's going to be hella fun. We're having our recording session this Sunday. Wednesday, I'm starting Into the Deadlands with Pro Restarter on his channel. That's at Pro Restarter. And Thursday, yeah, back here. Hopefully, we're going to sort that out. And yeah, I got other stuff coming up, but that's all in the works. And that's where you find me. Thank the lovely cast and crew. They're awesome, and I love them. But yeah. Night, everyone. Have a great evening.
Bye.